Hi everyone, today we are going to learn how you can remove a background of a picture and then use a different background. We'll be making use of Photoshop, the latest Photoshop and the generative AI. But I'm going to do the removal of the background without using AI. Then I will show you where the generative AI comes in. Okay, so if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so because I'll be coming out with a lot of these videos. Okay, now if you have your Photoshop, you'll be able to remove a background, change a background like this. Okay, and the goal is to make it look real. Okay, so if you look at what I'm working on here, I'm not done with this, but you can see it's looking good. Okay, yeah. So what I normally would do is to select the subject. So you come to select subject. This is the new Photoshop. So if you have this showing here, you click on select subject and it's going to select the subject. It's not going to be perfect, so you will have to go through it. So what I'm going to do is to zoom in and check if I have a, so you can see this side. So I'm going to use the quick selection tool, then I'll select the addition to add here. So I'll use that tool to make sure I select. Yeah, so I'll scroll down. So you hold the space bar, then you roll down. Yeah, I think this place is, now the challenge is the inside it. So what I'm going to use the lasso tool, and I'll go into the addition sign and then I'll just select that area. Okay, so if you have an area you think is conflicting with the background, you can use the lasso tool. So I'm going to use the addition. I'm supposed to add to the selection. Okay, okay, so you can see the ring here is not selected fully. Then I'll go to the subtraction sign. I'm subtracting this. The You want to do it to look more perfect. Okay, so this is not selected, so I'm now going to do that selection. This is a full picture. You see, you will not probably be seeing the detail that much. Now the challenge is going to be with the this side of the hand. Okay, so that one I will use the lasso tool, go into the addition, and then I will select. Yeah, then I'll select this one. If you are using the quick selection tool, you may not get it correct. Okay, then I go into the addition sign and then subtract this area. So this part of the nails, it should look pointed. Yeah, then here you don't have to be in a rush. You want to make it look perfect, or people will doubt your picture. Now I'll come to this side of the leg. So I will add that to the selection. So what I'll do is I'll select the shoe. These are sandals, right? Subtract. I normally will subtract this, or I will leave it. There is a shadow of the, because I want it to look real. I may leave it, or I will create the shadows later. So you just have to take your time to get it correct. So yeah. Now this is a full picture, and you can see there is already a little pixelation in it during the editing. If you zoom in, you will not like it. Now one of the challenge thing I'm saying is it seems this shoe has a transparency. So this is the transparent. I will have to go back to make sure I'm seeing well. It's difficult, but we'll see what we can do. Then I will come here, select. this area, select those area. Looks like this is the sole of the shoe. Some are not going to look so obvious. Okay, so you can add that. Oh, I'm in the additions. I'm sorry. Let me try adding this and see if that looks okay. And then I go back. I don't know what happened here. I can't really tell. Let me, to be on the safe side, let me reduce that a little. Okay, so I think the hands are the one having the challenge. This, I will include this. Then I'll select this, include it. Now you can see there's some selection out here. Subtract this. Okay, so now one of the main challenge when it comes to cropping of people is when you are dealing with ladies that the hair have the hairs are flying around. Yeah, that's one of the challenges you will have with those kind of hairs, and you want to make it look real. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This will be difficult. You can't just select some of these areas. Yeah. So sometimes I just include them. Then when I go into the masking, I'll try removing it. Okay. So I'm going to include all these ones in it. Don't worry, we'll look at it. So I will include it. Make sure those ones are all included. Minus. Okay, so if you are in the addition sign and you want to use the subtraction, you can just use the Alt tool once you select it. Okay. So I included the hairs that are outside. This one I'm not including it. I'll leave it that way. So we have this. So when I'm done, I'll go to the quick selection and then I select and max. I'll use this. Okay, so yeah, so you can now see the white. So we'll use this tool called the refine edge brush tool. I'll use it for the and to perfectly remove it. But then there's always some challenge when you finish. So we'll look at how you can do that. Okay, so when I'm done, I'll bring down the shift edge a little. Smoothness, that's the shift and the smoothness. Then I'll come to the output. I want a layer max. Okay, if you go to new layer with it will bring the original one. So let me do the new layer with max so that I have the original one. If there's a problem, I can correct. Now see how this is looking. It's not the best. So what I normally do is to duplicate. You drag to duplicate about, I sometimes do like 3 4 for it to look yeah. So I think this is fine. I've been able to crop it perfectly out. um and because I want to put the background and I want the background to be bigger, I just expand it. Make sure your crop size are not here. Okay, make sure they are not there. Okay, or better still, you can finish and do whatever you want to do. So what I'm going to do is to let me expand it. Okay, so I'll select all these one and then I'll merge them. Okay, so it's become one file. Yeah, so that's how it's going to look. Then I'll now go and look for background I want to use. I think I have quite some number of backgrounds. Probably I want the background to, I'll bring it down. Let me zoom out. I may not use this picture. I may use a different background picture. Okay, so I normally would try different backgrounds that I want. Yeah, so let me look for a background that I will want to use. This is not bad. Let me see. I can't use all because the picture is more of landscape, portrait. Okay, so let me expand this and see if it fits in. Yeah, this is not bad. It's just looking at my initial background. But the challenge is going to be you have to prove to people that this shadow across. So what I normally would do probably is to use the generative AI. So I select that area. So probably I can say it from here. Should clean the shadow. It should look like the, so it's actually going to give you the variation. Okay, so it blended this place a little. I don't know if that's what I wanted. You just have to show that the body block some of the rays coming from this side. So let me see. This one I'm going to just do it without giving a prompt to see what is going to come up with. Sometimes it works perfectly. So I'm doing that on the background. You can see our picture is still there. Okay, so yeah. Now the side of the hair here is looking some way, looking some funny way. So I'm going to select. I'm going to flatten everything, and then I'm going to select this area. I'll ask the AI to correct it to see if it's going to give me something better. me go back and see if what. Okay, it has reduced this thing, but I think it's making it look more better. Let me correct this side too. Now the Photoshop is $10 for Photoshop and Lightroom. Yeah, you may be able to use the generative AI if you are using the Jack Sparrow version there. You will not be able to. I don't like the way the hair is coming there. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it like that. Let me flatten. You can flatten, continue until you get what you want. I think that was the color of the hair there. But let me just use the generative AI to see what I'm going to get. Now they've introduced a new tool called Remove Tool, so you can even select an area. So yeah, I think yeah, these look more. Let me flatten. Then there is this hair I don't like, so you just select that hair and to be gone. You see, so you can correct all those ones and to do it perfectly for you. See, I was having a challenge here, so now you can see it's done it perfectly. Okay, so sometimes I can give it a command to bring some reflection here. Sometimes I like just clicking on the generative AI without giving the instruction. Sometimes it's going to give you what you want. Okay, sometimes it won't. Let me see what's happened. Oh, it's just, but I think it makes it look more like it's flat on the ground. Yeah, that's fine. So what I'm now going to do is to use the curve to bring in some curves so that the effect is maybe on the background. Reduce. Okay. If you have um, any lots that you want to use, you can bring them in. I sometimes have some lot that I use. I can bring them into. Okay. I think during editing, this place wasn't done well. So what I'll do is that you can select that area and correct it. There is some head here and all of that. I'm going to correct all of that. Oh, it's not done. Okay, so I'll leave that. So I'm going to use the remove tool to remove all that. See the hair here. Yeah, unless somebody zoom in before they will see. Okay, so yeah, this is what you have. I mean, this looks perfect. If I want, I can still give command to bring in reflection and all of that. But yeah, I'm going to save it. Normally I will save it as a separate file, because I want to maintain the original one. If the client say I don't want it, you can quickly go back. Okay, so thank you very much. Follow my page, subscribe to my page, and I'll be bringing more of this. Thank you.